Hello, y'all. Let's talk about angles, degrees, and some special angles here. All right, so let's just recap on what an angle is. So, an angle is made up of two rays that meet at the same endpoint. Okay, and that endpoint is what we call the vertex, that common endpoint. All right, and when we're dealing with angles, the sides of the angles, the rays are called the sides of the angles. Yeah. All right, so here is an angle, for instance. We have angle ABC. And let me just say that you can also just call it by its vertex angle B. And as long as the vertex is in the middle, we can also label it CBA. All right. Yeah. So here we have angle ABC. Okay. Let's look at it a little bit more. So angle ABC has a measurement of theta. When we're talking about degrees of angles, we can refer to it by using the symbol theta that you see here right in the middle. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about these measurements of the angles. So if I have a straight angle, as you see here, it makes a straight line in a bit. So if I had my vertex at Y, and then I have Z and X, so Y is my vertex, I'm going to have a measurement here, theta, and theta is going to equal 180 degrees. Okay, so it's opening up and making a straight line, which is why we call it a straight angle. Okay, let's keep on going here. A right angle. So a right angle, you will always be able to tell that if an angle is right because of this little square that you see in the inside part. If you don't see that square, then you know that it's not a right angle. Okay, so or you just assume that it's not a right angle. All right, so if it's a right angle, that means that theta will equal 90 degrees. Okay, and let's expound on that square for a second. So if we have a square, that's definitely not the straightest square. A square is made up of four right angles. All right, so that just gives you a little bit of intuition of if you see a square inside. This vertex here has to be a right angle. Okay, so if you see that square in there, it's going to be a right angle. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk about another one. Okay, now we have an obtuse angle. So an obtuse angle is any angle greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. So if this is theta here, theta is going to be in between, that's a less than sign to make it look better, less than 90 degrees, greater than 90 degrees, and less than 180 degrees. Okay, so let's see here. Even if you have one, so let's say this was close to a right angle, but it's not. Theta here would be 90.5. It's greater than 90 degrees, so that is also an obtuse angle. All right. Or even if we had one, let's say here's the vertex here. So this angle is 170 degrees. This is between 90 and 180 degrees. So indeed, it is also an obtuse angle. All right, and now an acute angle. When I'm with my students, I'm like, it's a cute little angle. So acute angle. acute angle is when theta here is between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. Okay, so given theta, it lies in between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. Okay, so if I had a degree, if I had a theta, which I know this is definitely more than 1 degree, theta here is 1 degree, but it's in between 0 and 90. Also, if I was to have it at 89.9, that is also, that is not a square, that is a curve, then that is also an acute angle, as well as a 45-degree angle, 30 degree, 68 degree. All of these are in between 0 and 90, which makes them acute angles. Okay. Okay, and just as a little review here, let's identify something. We have an angle here. We have an angle R, and we can also name it as angle SRT. And what do you think that last one is? What's the last thing we can make for it? Angle TRS. Okay. And the measurement of angle R equals 36 degrees. Okay. And what are our sides of the angle? Our sides are the ray RS, and what's the other side? Ray RT. Okay, so if the measurement is 36 degrees, is it a right angle, acute angle, or obtuse angle? Indeed, it is an acute angle.